Fantastic. Right, good evening, those who have been able to join us today. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for your presence, and I'm so excited for this project. And the Girl Powered Project is here to empower young girls aged 13 to 18 to get into regular physical activity. And it is such a special thing because we don't usually get things like this for young Black girls to get involved in. So I'm especially excited that we're able to bring this opportunity, especially to us here in Wigan. So hi everyone, my name is Aishatu Emore. I am the founder and health and wellbeing lead at Idaraya Life, which is a local health coaching organization that usually supports women from Black and minoritized backgrounds. And we have been given the opportunity to now support young women, young girls, to get into physical activity. So we're very pleased with this outcome. So the Girl Powered Project, you've probably seen this poster already. This is a project that's actually being funded by Sporting Equal. It's being funded by the Sweaty Betty Foundation. And yes, that is Sweaty Betty in terms of the world famous sports brand. And they have set up the Sweaty Betty Foundation only last year, really, to support young ladies into regular physical activity, investing in a community, investing in organizations. And we're like one of the first projects that they are going to be funding. So this is exceptionally special and really, really just something so fantastic for us to be involved in. And it's being administered by an organization called Sporting Equals. And Sporting Equals do so much to encourage ethnic diversity in physical activity, all the way up to like elite sports. And they really are so keen for as many Black and minoritized people to get into sport and see themselves represented and get involved and enjoy sport and be able to have ambitions with sport. So it's such a powerful union for us to be engaged with and be able to do amazing things with, because yeah, the possibilities are absolutely endless right now for us. Like, we're in a very powerful position as Black and minoritized people. So if you haven't already registered for your place on the program, the link right there, which is bit.ly/Girl Powered Wigan, I will send out the link with this video, put it in the comments, and I'll put it in the chat as well. And I just want to give like a quick summary as to what we're doing. Now, you may have seen some of this content already in the promotional stuff, but if you haven't, yeah, you're in for a treat. So what we want to do is quite simple. We want to increase the participation of girls from racially marginalized groups in regular physical activity. So that goes across the entire spectrum of people from marginalized backgrounds. And we are just so pleased. We're so pleased and we're so excited that it's something that has been brought to light, because a lot of people may not realize it, but especially Black girls are one of the least likely to engage in regular physical activity. And because of that, it's so valuable that we've got investment for us to be able to do this. And when it comes to the why, it really shows that not just in generally being physically active in terms of doing exercise, even in engaging in sports, even when in school, there is lower participation from girls from racially marginalized backgrounds. And we know that, you know, Black and minoritized women can be in sports. We have seen them at the most elite levels. We know that we have the capacity and we have the interest, but for whatever reason, amongst all the different kind of reasons that there could be, there isn't a high amount of participation. And that's why we have got this project to help, one, find out why people aren't participating, find out what it is that young girls will like to do. Maybe they're not seeing the activities that they're interested in, or maybe the things that are around don't make them feel safe or engaged, or maybe there's just another reason. But rather than just force people to do sports that we're making available, we are really keen to hear what it is that they want to do and to create a program that suits them. So how we'll do this is till April 2022, so just till April next year, we have the opportunity to gather up to 30 girls from the area and surrounding areas to get together and design their own activity program. And it's completely centered around their needs, their own interests, and we're going to get consensus from the girls. And we really want to hear about all those activities that they feel like they should be able to do, or they thought about doing, but just don't do for whatever kind of hesitancy. Because we know for a fact that when you build habits, the things that you do from when you're a youngster are the things that follow you into adulthood. And it's not surprising that right now we have low levels of regular physical activity in adult women from the Black and minoritized community. It's not a surprise at all, because for different kind of reasons, a lot of people don't build that habit from being at a young age. And because they haven't built that habit from a young age, they end up becoming adults who don't get in physical activity. And it can be so hard to break the cycle, because if your children don't see you being physically active and living that kind of lifestyle, they don't learn it themselves. And when they don't learn it, they grow up, become adults who aren't physically active, and their children don't see it. And it easily snowballs generation to generation. And it's really hard to like crack through. And it can take quite a lot of intervention to make these things happen. So we're here to be that intervention. We're here to create that space to encourage mothers and the adults in the lives of these women to be active. But we also know that they need support as well to help maintain momentum. Because you know, the age group that we're going for, a lot of girls are starting things like their periods around that time, puberty is setting in. There's so many things that can help facilitate that space where girls may have been regularly physically active, they may have been into things, and their interests just drop off. And we're trying to find a way to keep that fire going and keep that engagement going so that they can continue to receive the benefits of being well and healthy. And so what will happen? From after this launch, we're really hoping to get a lot more young people at this launch, but it may be the case where we just have to do it from when we start some of our activities. But we are going to be meeting weekly to engage in physical activity in a safe and supportive, judgment-free environment. So we're definitely looking to foster a community of girls so that they can meet people, they can meet other girls that look like them, have stories that are like theirs. And it can be really hard to have these communities in places like Wigan, where the communities of people from marginalised backgrounds are quite tight-knit, or they can often even be very small. So for us to be able to create the space where they can meet other girls that look like them, have similar experiences and interests, is going to be really great. And it can help foster nice strength in their own self-identity as well. And we want to be sure that we give them the opportunity to get that, well, not the opportunity, actually, they are the drivers. They're going to tell us what they enjoy. They're going to tell us what they're not enjoying, because it's important that whatever we do actually works for them. So we're only looking to meet once a week at this point, because we know people are in school, people are in college, there's a lot going on in life, and we don't want this to be another piece of work that people are engaging with. We want them to feel excited, and we want the parents also and the adult caregivers to feel good about having the children be in this space without feeling like it's disrupting with their life plans. Now, for the young women, this is just a snapshot of the kind of things that they get from engaging with this program. They're going to get improved physical and mental health. Like there's data, research after research that shows that being regularly physically active positively impacts your mental health. And it's one of those things, like when you're in a much better place mentally, it's easier to feel motivated to do more physical activity or move more or just be more engaged with the world around you. And the more engaged you are, the better you feel mentally, and that can positively snowball and feed into each other. So that's one of the big benefits that the girls are going to get from participating in this. They're going to meet, again, as I mentioned before, they're going to meet new friends. They're going to have people who they have common cultural heritage with. They're going to meet people they have common stories with, that they can relate to in a way that they may not always be able to foster in the social spaces that they find themselves. We're also going to give the girls who are particularly keen and want to be able to advance with the knowledge that they're gaining. We have got budget put aside to support girls who want to go learning how to be a coach. So they may want to specialize and become a netball coach, basketball coach, tennis coach, sports activity. They could want to do a lot of things. And we want to ensure that it not just helps them support their physical and mental well-being, but we also want to be able to support their ambitions and their development as citizens and as people who are present in society and active members. So for those, we know that giving itself is an act that can be positively fulfilling for us as individuals. So I think it's really special that we're going to be doing that as part of the program as well. And they are part of a new movement. Like, this is something new and fresh that's happening. And this is probably going to be the biggest thing that happens society-wise, that from their participation, from their engagement, from their energy, from their feedback, from their truthfulness, from their brutal honesty, because we know young people know how to be truthful, they're going to be able to tell us why things are working or aren't working. And that's hopefully going to feed in, well, not hopefully, it will definitively feed in to programs that are going to be created in the future. It could change the way we end up doing physical activity programs all over the UK forever. But we need to start from here. We need to hear their voices and see what they're doing and see them enjoying life and feeling fulfilled. And when it comes to exercise in general, I think it's vital to just say, it makes you feel happier. It makes you feel happier just exercising. You can go out and about. You can do things, you can exercise in any way, you can do all sorts of things, and you don't need to look any sort of way to do activity. I think it's also worth knowing that from doing regular workouts, doing regular exercise, you increase your metabolic rate, which helps you burn calories, which means you can eat more food. But it's so important to know that when it comes to just doing regular physical activity, it's one of those gifts that keeps on giving. The better you take care of your body, the more muscle you manage to develop, the more efficiently your body works. So it's really important to know that there are other benefits like that to having regular physical activity. And we know that during puberty, it can be so challenging with the way skincare ends up going. But, you know, it keeps your skin looking amazing. My skin looks the best when I'm regularly exercising. It really, really does. And it's one of those things that is a wonderful offshoot that a lot of people don't actually realize and don't recognize. And another thing, and this is something that I know in our community is a big challenge, like sleeping well and having good quality sleep is something that comes from exercising. When you're working out and you increase your body's temperature, the process of it cooling down is something that helps your body fall asleep in the long run during the day. So even just being regularly physically active can help you recuperate better with things in life. So there are loads of benefits. There's so many benefits to just being regularly physically active, and being able to do it in a social setting just multiplies the benefits of this program. And the fact that you can even work your interest into it, have the opportunity to gain a qualification, and this absolutely counts towards your personal development. It's the kind of work that you put onto a CV to say that you were part of the research group that helped create a program that supports other young women. Like, that is essential stuff when planning for your future. So there's so many benefits to engaging in this kind of work. And it's such a unique opportunity. Like, these kind of things don't come out for our community a lot. So I think it's really important that we're able to grab these opportunities when they come. So I'll just say, we just need to keep moving. We need to keep it moving. We need to keep it going. And we know a lot of these people that young people idolize, celebrities and whatnot, they look a certain way, and people are they're impressed by them, and they aspire to be them. But these people are working hard. They're working hard to keep their bodies looking the way it looks. And a lot of them may not always get the balance right with regards to their mental health, but that's stuff that you can definitely work on. You can do all the things to help yourself feel good and look good. And that is the end of my presentation.